Hi, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nurul Najihah binti Jalani and I will begin first with introduction. When it comes to human resources management, recruitment and selection is a critical process that helps companies reach their strategic goals and objectives. To put it another way, recruitment and selection is the process of finding, evaluating, and choosing the best people to fill positions in a company. To be specific, it is an essential part of HR management. First, recruitment is the practice of seeking out possible candidates and encouraging them to apply for a current or projected position. For example, finding, screening, and employing qualified candidates to fill open jobs in a business is known as the recruitment process. The significance of recruiting is that it contributes to the success of the business by fostering a positive work environment and positive employee connection. The objective of recruitment is to increasing the number of applicants for a job vacancy. Additionally, the process used for this is vacancies are advertised by the company in numerous ways, such as application form and individuals are given the opportunity to apply. Next, the process of recruiting personnel from a list of selected applicants and placing them in a company is known as selection. When making a hiring decision, managers try to match candidates based on their backgrounds and education. In addition, to matching the skills of candidates to the job needs. This selection objective is to find the best candidates and eliminating the others. Thus, applicants must go through a series of steps by filling out a form, taking an exam, having an interview, and etc. before the company may decide whether or not they are a good match.
Hi, my name is Sani Fariha. Next, I will explain about methods of external recruitment. There are several methods that can be used by the firm in order to recruit employees, such as advertisement, social media, job fairs, executive search firm, and employee referral. However, I will just go over three forms of external recruitment, which are social media, job fairs, and executive search firms. The first one is social media, which is used by many businesses to advertise new jobs and create posting to recruit new members. This approach is straightforward because we can apply for open position on the corporate website rather than manually filling out the form on paper. For instance, LinkedIn has its own social media platform to assist employees in finding the ideal position. Next, job fair. A job fair is typically an occasion hosted by a third party in a public area, such as a large auditorium or field, to hire individuals for certain position. The idea is that job seekers can meet numerous organizations at a single location. Both job searchers and the company can greatly benefit from this idea. Lastly, executive search firm. This approach differs significantly from the earlier approach, since it helps businesses in locating the ideal candidate for a certain position and typically lacks media advertisement. This approach typically concentrates on executive positions, including management and CEO responsibilities. They can be fairly expensive because they often charge between 10 and 20% of the first year pay.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Siti Nurafini Dasli and I'm going to explain about internal recruitment. Job posting is one of the methods in internal recruitment. Internal job posting is a job opening made available to existing employees within a company. Many employers use internal job postings to encourage employees to identify internal promotional opportunities and respond to those openings for which they have skills and interests. Next is skill inventories. Companies can perform a skills inventory on their current employees to track employees' education and job experience to find qualified candidates. This inventory lists the professional attributes, abilities, and expertise of employees within an organization. And lastly is nominations. Some companies have a more close approach to internal recruitment and may ask managers to nominate high-performing individuals as candidates for internal roles. This tends to be an informal system, yet it may be highly effective in small organizations in which individuals are familiar with the work of employees in other departments. However, this approach may appear or in fact involve favoritism or unlawful discrimination. The consequences of either of these may offset any benefits the employee may gain by promoting from within.
I am Hamiza Hanis, will present you guys the selection test. When an applicant applies to a company and the company select them for the selection process, in the selection process, applicant typically undergo several processes of selection, including the completion of resume, an interview, and a background check, and they will be tested with several tests that company has decided for them. First is job knowledge test. Job knowledge tests are achievement tests designed to measure people's level of understanding or knowledge about a particular job. Next, work sample tests, which require the applicant to perform tasks that are similar to the real job. Then, cognitive ability test is to measure people's capabilities such as general intelligence, verbal fluency, numerical abilities, and reasoning ability. These tests consist of aptitude tests and achievement tests. Aptitude tests, which are to measure a person's capacity to learn. Meanwhile, achievement tests are measured on what a person knows or can do right now. Fourth one is personality and interest inventories. Companies use their tests to measure applicant motivation to adapt with the roles of the companies. Other than that is physical ability tests. These tests are to measure that require physical ability for a job like firefighter and police officer. Besides that, medical examination required by most companies. It is ensured that an applicant health is adequate to satisfy the work criteria. The applicant may decline to take the exam, but the applicant has a poor probability of being hired. And last test is drug test. Some companies encourage the applicant to take the test as they may only require employees who are clean and don't use substances that can affect the job. Finally, not all businesses use this test. For example, one business may use 2 or 3 of tests that I mentioned before.
Now, let's move to the positive impact on recruitment. The first impact is internal recruitment costs less or higher in terms of monetary and non-monetary. It is because companies do not have to wasting their time waiting for candidates to fill the available position and no spending needed for the advertisement. Furthermore, external recommendation assist the company in assessing a pool of the most skilled workers for the position they need to fill. The business will have a good chance to hire someone with more experience or knowledge than its current personnel. The corporation can fulfill the organization demands using the requirement. If there is a need, the remaining roles will be filled, which could impact the workflow and productivity of the organization. The final one is enhance business work-life effectiveness through recruitment. Every person has a unique talents and capabilities, and a recruitment agency may help a company by providing a wide range of talents that will help it compete in the market.
Hello, my name is Nur Shazana Binti Hamzah, and today I want to present to you about the positive impact on selection. It is important to determine every candidate's level before allowing them to proceed another step of selection, which is to conduct an interviews. Interviews can be done in many ways. They can be non-directive interview, structured interview, situational interview, behavioral discussion interview, sequential interview, and panel interview. Conducting interviews can help interviewers to differentiate between qualified and unqualified applicants, as there are pool of applicants apply the job, especially in a big company. Conducting interviews can help to remove unqualified applicants, so the procedure of finding the right person for the position runs smoothly. Hence, selection process helps the interviewers to test the interviewee's knowledge, skills, abilities, and other characteristics that they own. In general, we know that each position have different kinds of requirements that they need to fill, and through the selection process, by testing the interviewee's skills, abilities, and etc., it can help the interviewers find the suitable candidates to fill the position in the company. Last but not least, the positive impact of selection process can be used to match employees' abilities, cultural values, and interests into the company. Every companies have their own target candidates to fill in. So, by having a selection process, it is important to find a right candidates to match with the requirements of the company to ensure the successfulness of the company. Because by having a pile of good employees, it will help the organization to move ahead. So that's it for me. Thank you.
In conclusion, recruitment and selection process that are well executed not only minimize turnover but also help us to find the right people for the position. On the other hand, the purpose of the recruiting team is to find the ideal person and implementing the perfect procedure that may enhance the experience of the candidate, interviewer, HR professional and human resource department. In order to attract the greatest possible staff, HR managers must follow the necessary recruitment and selection procedure. On the other hand, it is also a way to boost the company efficiency. In the end, to have a long-term influence on the company's success, workforce planning data may be used to identify what skills are required for organizational performance. Thus, a company's most important asset is workforce. That's all from us. Thank you.
Thank you for watching. Goodbye.